Kal Halal Yahweh, Bahashim Yahawashi, Bahashim Rakadesh, Barakatam Akyam, Kwanja Sharala Kanjapa. Alright, this is Ezekiel 28, and this is we're gonna cover this chapter because this speaks about Satan, the son, Baal, Lucifer, and it's just it just needs to be by itself, man. Let's get edified. See, proclamation against the king of Tyre. The word of the Most High came to me again, saying, Son of man, say to the prince of Tyre, Thus says Yahweh Elohim, because your heart is lifted up, and you say, I am a God, and sit in the seat of gods in the midst of the seas, yet you are a man and not a God. Though you set your heart as the heart of a God, behold, you are wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that can be hidden from you. With your wisdom and your understanding, you have gained riches for yourself, and gathered gold and silver into your treasures. By your great wisdom and trade you have increased your riches, and your heart is lifted up because of your riches. Therefore thus says Yahweh Elohim, because you have set your heart as the heart of God, behold, therefore I will bring strangers against you, the most terrible of nations, and they shall draw their swords against the beauty of your wisdom, and defile your splendor. They shall throw you down into the pit, and you shall die the death of the slain in the midst of the seas. Will you still say before him who slays you, I am a God? But you shall be a man and not a God. In the hand of him who slays you, you shall die the death of the uncircumcised by the hands of aliens. For I have spoken, says Yahweh Elohim, the Most High. All right, look, first of all, what you got to understand is that all these nations, they passed the mantle to each other, man. And the king of Tyre was, they were the Romans are the descendants of them, and in this aspect, because history repeats itself, just like Israel will continue to repeat ourselves in our stupidity, and there's nothing new under the sun. Just talking about the UN, the USA, United States, and the UN nations, and how they sit amongst the seas. And you can understand that this seventh final beast has elements of everything you find here in the United States, man. All seven kingdoms in one, man. And we'll run the gamut again if you don't know which kingdoms they are. Babylon, Egypt, Assyria, Persia, Greece, Rome. They all have, the U.S. has elements of all that shit. And so right here it says, because the U.S. does, they think, they sit amongst the seas. They think they're gods, they have riches, and they're gonna plunder by the aliens, man. And the aliens are the chariots, man. Just and just in the news right now, they put the doomsday clock has been at its highest alert than ever. All these abnormalities all around. The ice sheets melting in Antarctica means that they're coming in already from the North Pole, man. And judgment is just around the corner. In the hands of the aliens are the most terrible of nations, because these chariots, they're the Most High's weapons of indignation. They set the record straight for the Most High, and nothing new under the sun. And what the thing is that any kingdom has its hourglass, and when that sand runs out, it's a wrap, man. So this other part here says the lamentation for the king of Tyre is speaking about Baal, about Satan, Lucifer, the sun, because see, Apollos, he was the patriot god of Troy, and matter of fact, all those seven kingdoms that I mentioned, including this fucker who says that the sun's a big ass star solar system, they've all been like, their king is the sun, So this other part here, obviously, he's speaking about Lucifer, and we're going to get edified about it and cover it. Now check this out. Moreover, the word of Yahweh Elohim came to me, saying, Son of man, take up a lamentation for the king of Tyre, and say to him, Thus says Yahweh Elohim, you were the seal of perfection, full of wisdom and perfect in beauty. You were in Eden, the garden of Yahweh. Every precious stone was your covering, the sardis, the topaz, the diamond, the beryl, the onyx, the jasper, the sapphire, the turquoise, the emerald with gold. The workmanship of your timbrels and pipes was prepared for you on the day you were created. So I'm going to stop it right there for a minute. Obviously, he can't be speaking about a human being, because, or just the king of ancient Tyre, ancient Troy, because He said he was in the Garden of Eden. See, and see the sun and the moon. They were created on that fourth day, so they were in the Garden of Eden. You know what I mean? So obviously he's talking about Baal. You know, that piece of shit son that idol that has deceived the nations. You know, that's been worshipped by all these fucking wicked ass kingdoms, and us, the idiots of Israelites also follow that shit. You know, that's why 2/3 of you fools are gonna plunder, man. Now let's continue, right? You were the anointed cherub who covers. See, ain't no way it could be a human being that's gonna be anointed cherub that covers. And who covers? And who's the anointed cherub, man? The sun, man. Because behind that shit is the firmament, and then this is the throne of the Most High. You know what I mean? So let's proceed. I established you. You were on the holy mountain of Yahweh. You walked back and forth in the midst of the fiery stones. That means all the other stars and the other so-called planets and so-called suns, you know? You were perfect in your ways from the day you were created, till iniquity was found in you. By the abundance of your trading, you became filled with violence within, and you sinned. Therefore, I cast you as a profane thing out of the mountain of the Most High. See, that means that he got dropped under the firmament, you know, and that's why he goes down to the so-called earth core at night, you know what I'm saying? Because he's fallen, you know what I'm saying? He's fallen, you know, idle, and so is the moon, you know. Therefore, and also here, and in this purple here, man, that's why you gotta be led by the Ruach, you know, the Holy Spirit, man, the Ruach Kodesh, to understand it, because you know the Most High speaks about the past, present, and future, because history repeats itself, man, and it's the same piece of shit people, man, you know what I'm saying, and therefore, you know what I'm saying, that's why, you know, if you don't have the Ruach, you don't understand the scriptures, man. That's why fucking sun worshiping Christianity has no vision, you know, has no prophecies, man. Sherry's ain't fucking with them, man. You know what I mean? They're only fucking with the elect. You know, the remnant, the Sharala, man. Now let's proceed. It says here, it says, by the abundance of your, it says here, right, that he's thrown out the mountain, right? And I will destroy you, O covering Shem, from the midst of the fiery stones. Yeah, so he's going to drop, man. He's going to blow up, man, and you know, fire's going to burn from the sky from that fool. He's going to turn into a lake of fire. Your heart was lifted up because of your beauty. You corrupted your wisdom for the sake of your splendor. I cast you to the ground, and I laid you before kings that they might gaze you. See, like I said, Most High talks about past, present, and future. See, because in the past he said that he threw him out of the mountain. You know, he got dropped from the firmament, and then he said here that because you know of you know, because he corrupted his wisdom, that means divination. You know, because he gave that sorcery, witchcraft, the zodiac, and all that shit, that knowledge. You know, the forbidden fruit. You know, the divination, man, which, you know, if everything that falls in divination is like witchcraft, sorcery, zodiac, palm reading, fortune telling, tarot cards, mediums, oracles, possession, being possessed, defile yourself with demons, hallucinate drugs, taking potions, you know, anything that falls in all that shit is divination, you know what I'm saying? So he showed that that's why he said you corrupted. Your heart was lifted up because you corrupted your wisdom, see, for the sake of your splendor, see. And so he got casted to the ground. That's why he's fallen. And he laid him before kings that they might gaze him. That's why, you know, like I said, you know, worldly kings looked at him and they worshipped him, man. You know what I mean? Because that's how Hetans and Edomites think, man, you know. Fucking savages, man. Now it says here, you defile your sanctuaries by the multitudes of your iniquities and by your iniquities of your trading. Therefore I brought you from fire. See, therefore I brought fire from your midst. It devoured you. Now I'm gonna stop it there for a minute. See, the thing is this, that his sanctuaries, man, all these pyramids, you know, all these high places, man, you know, those are his sanctuaries, and he defiled them because, you know, he asked for blood sacrifice, you know, because this fucker needs souls to torment in hell, you know, to proceed, man, to feed, you know. And it says that in the multitude of your iniquities, man, all these wars, you know, all these tradings, you know, all this jacking, all this inquisition, taking gold, you know, just havoc, man, you know. He's been the cause, man. He's the idol, you know, that deceive all the nations, you know. And they said he got fire from the mist, from your midst. Yeah, man, that fool's been on fire. And it says here, and I turned you to ashes upon the earth in the sight of all who saw you, all who knew you amongst the people are astonished at you, and you have become a horror, and you shall be no more. See, now he's talking in the future, like I said, past, present, and future. And see, so in the future, man, like obviously that fucking sun's gonna blow up, man. The chariots have been pumping. You know, that's why, you know, the chariots, they go inside that motherfucker. Because he's a a fiery sword, right? So chariots, they go inside that shit, and they've been pumping it with lasers, and that's why there's abnormalities. Like, it's swollen, it's hot when it shouldn't be super hot. Like, he's on the verge of just popping. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like that coon fucking rapper. Chance the Rapper says, hot shower. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a hot shower for you fucking devils, heathens, and sell out and wicked coon jakes, man. Now, the one-third remnant, just right up. We're gonna get the kingdom, and the good people of the white Edomites and the heathens, they're coming with us, possibly in captivity or not, but they're still gonna make it. And 2/3 of you, wicked ass, scoffing ass, and sell out coon jakes, you're done, man. Now it says here that you have become a horror and you shall be no more. Yeah, because everybody gonna see that shit blow up, and Mount Zion's gonna be the light. Jehovah Shai, and that's the beginning of the kingdom, man. And this is just really around the corner. Esau can't really hide it anymore. He doesn't even know how to explain it. You know, it's a rap almost, man. All these crazy things, no matter, it's not a coincidence, man. In the chariots, man, we've been seeing them more and more. The elect, man, is always an exhortation to see them, but even the wicked are seeing it, man. And all this weather, climate changes, man. The volcanoes erupting in wicked ass places like Philippines, you know what I'm saying? That's full of idolatry, man, and just nastiness, man. Ain't no coincidence, man. The chariots do that, man. You know what I mean? Nothing, the chariots are the watchers. They back and forth and come, and they like I said, they're the weapons of the Most High's indignation, and judgment is really around the corner. Everybody really got tying up the game, man, because and you see, you should be hasting the days, but at the same time, man, better be thankful for every day that the day of the Lord hasn't happened, because that's the day of terror, man. It ain't what you think, man. It ain't how these Edomites portray it, man. It's gonna be like this fucking white hippie, like Jesus the Sun Road coming down and kissing everybody and all that shit, man. That shit ain't gonna go down like that, man. You know what I mean? The sun's gonna drop, the moon's gonna drop, and then you know what? You're gonna see a legion of chariots everywhere, man. And that's when you know that the hour struck, man. And you're gonna have to turn in your time card, and that's it, man. You made the cut or you didn't, man. And what can we say, man? So everybody should take heed to all that, man. And better tighten up your shit, and better be thankful for every day that you're alive. And yeah, haste the days, because we're not supposed to like any shit, but also, man, like, be glad, man, that you still have time to turn, man. So on that note, shalom.